Hey, it's your boy Bobby Beast here. I want to talk about a subject that comes to mind, and that is Raising Kanan Episode 3, Season 4 review. I didn't get a chance to do it, man. I ain't gonna lie, your boy went straight to sleep after he did it, and of course, I'm busy during the week, so I had to drop this review today. So when it comes down to it, a lot happened in this episode. It was more of a slow burn episode. For those of you that don't know, Raising Kanan is one of those episodes that usually does do a slow burn. Raising Kanan is all about story, and you can tell everything about it from every detail. They're going with it. Heck, the first episode of the season was technically an episode of season 3, just pretty much like a recap and a different perspective. However, I think the real season 4 really kicked off in episode 2, where pretty much episode 2 felt like the real season premiere, and this episode being 3 is the continuation of what's going on. And so basically, with so much happening in the storyline, with Jukebox adjusting to being back, and not only that, the army coming after her, only to let her go, saying that she does not feel comfortable in the army and that she is gay, and her even going on to being her first gay bar as well, as she's starting to become the jukebox that she feels she is supposed to be. Of course, there's also Kanan and his situation with him looking for another place. However, there's that encounter that his girlfriend had with Unique, basically a standoff. Now, Unique was coming out of the building that Kanan's apartment is in. However, you wonder to yourself, what was he doing in there? Because they never really said what Unique was doing in there. All we definitely do know is that Unique is up to no good, as he has took out the people that's in the restaurant, and really no one knows why this is even happening, as no one is really even aware that Unique is even alive. Quan, who's pretty much the supplier and the business partner of Rock, is becoming a problem for Rock, getting to the point where he feels like threatening her and just flat out talking shit. And we all know Rock ain't gonna like that. Rock trying to replace him and become the supplier. She no longer wants to get a plug, she wants to be the plug. And so she's making all the right moves to become the plug by dealing with old partners, as well as Stefano getting the green light to do it. And so that's the main thing she's focused on. Rock and Kanan have a working relationship with one another, and it seems to work out. This seems to be the best the relationship has been in the entire series, to be honest with you. However, Kanan is not going to forget the beef or anything with Snap and Pop, and we all know that's going to go crazy. So when it comes down to it, it's good in this episode to see Lulu's recovery, because this episode was really about a lot about Lulu and a lot about Jukebox, and it was about Jukebox becoming who she is and becoming comfortable in who she is, while Lulu was pretty much just coming back to being himself, recovering, getting into music, being successful at it. This episode was heavy about them. Marvin, on the other hand, did speak to Rock, where Rock said that the lawyer told her that Stefano's was being watched by the feds, and saw Marvin coming out there alone. To which Marvin says, nah, that's impossible, couldn't be him. But we all know Marvin does jobs for Stefano at the side. Now, when it comes down to it, basically everything is starting to rise up a bit, because there's so much going on, and there's the mystery of Famous. We're all wondering exactly what happened to Famous. Now, obviously, if you're looking for Famous, he must have disappeared with his sister, because she does show up in the very first episode, which is technically an episode in season 3. But the first episode of the season, she does show up briefly. So you would think that maybe Famous went off and is hiding with his sister. That's what a lot of people is even assuming anyway. But I don't know, man. There's probably a little bit more to the story when it comes to Famous. But when it comes down to it, one of the big reveals of this episode definitely was the reveal that Rock's mom, Lulu mom, Marvin's mom has cancer, and the only person who knew about it was Kanan. And when they had their family dinner, you know how a power family dinner always is, it didn't turn into drama. If anything, it was a breakdown, because Rock does not like to be vulnerable, and she pretty much was so pissed off at what happened at the table that she left, and the episode ends on that note. However, when it comes down to it, Unique is pretty much the trouble that's going to be coming in this situation, as Rock has to confront Quan, but doesn't know about Unique even being back. So when it comes down to it, I think we're getting closer to the season becoming what it needs to be, as things are about to pick up in the next episode, because Rock is effectively working to become the plug and taking Quan out. That's her next move. Kanan, on the other hand, I think he's plotting on Snap and Pop. He ain't gonna come out and say it just yet, but that's the move I think he's going to make. And basically, Crystal, she's trying to fit into the picture. Jukebox is trying to adjust herself, and we got all this stuff going on with them. So yeah, this episode was a slow burn, very good episode. The unique storyline telling that Raising Kanan has, it was very much good. I enjoyed it. But I just want to say to all of you that it is your boy Bobby Beast here. Just want to say much love, much respect, hold it down, and